Many college students spend their part-time jobs making lattes or waiting tables. But at Ferrum College, one student's customers are far more demanding.
The beautiful thing of this job is like the animals, like if you're sick, they don't care if you're sick, they don't care if you've got a runny nose, they're like, I'm hungry, come feed me, like they don't care if you've had a bad day or, something didn't go your way or, you got a bad grade.
College farms give students the chance to turn classroom lessons into real-world skills. Piwowarczyk has worked at the school's Titmus Agricultural Center for 2 years and is now a supervisor.
It has absolutely exceeded my expectations. I never in a million years would have thought that I would get the opportunity to work on a farm coming from someone who doesn't have much livestock experience. I have had the awesome opportunity to even pull my first calf out here. I have had the opportunity to pull goats here. I've had the opportunity to actually give shots and do some pre-veterinarian work in administering meds and medication. Coming here at Ferrum, I just thought I was going to get a good education, maybe a couple experiences. But no, here at the farm, I've got hands-on experience after hands-on experience after learning skills that are going to excel me in my future career.
Piwowarzyk's manager, Sarah Isley, sees firsthand the value and joy of these practical lessons.
My favorite thing about Zoey is that she gets that obvious aha moment. So when we're working on things and something just clicks, it is obvious all across her face, and then she's like, oh, this is an easier way to do this. I learn from my students. I've learned a lot from Zoey. We kind of back and forth teach each other things. Agriculture is not something that's just a one-way street. People fence differently. They take care of their herds of cows and goats and sheep differently. And so we're constantly learning from each other.
And mutual learning goes both ways.
My boss, 110% wants to see me succeed. She's always wants to teach me things because I always ask a lot of questions, trying to learn as much as possible that I can here. And she has the patience to take the time to teach you things. I've had professors that are in my corner being like, I'll write you a recommendation letter for vet school. What do you need? I will do whatever need be to get you to succeed here.
And one of those professors is Nancy Brubaker.
When she came into the class, and the first thing she said was, "Good morning, Dr. Brubaker," in a very animated way. And I knew right then I was going to appreciate that because I always have 8 o'clock classes. So it's really nice to have one student come in and be wide awake and interactive. She stepped up, she was available. What can I do? Do you need me to hold this? She anticipated things that needed to be done. And therefore, her excellence shone through.
And Ferrum isn't the only place students are learning agriculture by doing. Across the mountains at Virginia Tech, animal science student Ruth Haile also finds hands-on farm work as the perfect complement to her studies.
I've been a regular volunteer at the Sheep Center, and then I progressed to shift lead, and those roles kind of shift. So as a volunteer, you make sure waters are filled, you feed, you help treat animals, you help process them, you help with shearing days and extra days, special occasions. As a shift lead, that role kind of shifts to teaching more, and that's my favorite part of it, is to help the new volunteers learn how to do those same tasks. Of course, you get to pull the occasional lamb, you get to help with the medicine, treatment, etc. But I think that teaching part is definitely my favorite because you get students from everywhere, and some of them are like, this is my first time interacting with a sheep.
And Haile's manager, Erin Poteet, couldn't agree more.
I'm very fortunate to have her in the barn. She's very hardworking, she has a lot of sheep knowledge, and she's learned a ton since she's been here as well. She's also really good with her new volunteers. So she's been a huge mentor and a huge teacher and leader at the barn since she started. She's done a lot of student development, and even some of our shy students have come out of their shells being around Ruth with her warmth and just her happy spirit and sheep passion has been super fun to work with.
Of course, working at the sheep barn and keeping up with coursework is a balancing act. Like Piwowarczyk, Haile splits her days between academics and farm work.
I love the Sheep Center. I spend 1 to 2 days a week there working, and I balance that with school and extracurriculars. My school years have always been very heavy with graduating a year early. So school comes first, you're a student first. You work and you're a volunteer second, and then extracurriculars follow behind that. It's always a constant battle, but you might as well take advantage of the opportunities while you have them.
But both students were adamant that the balancing act is worth it.
I see this job as such a blessing, and the work in agriculture, I have found a deep love for it. I have found a very deep love for the hard nitty-gritty work of getting up here, doing shifts, bottle feeding the goats at like 3 in the morning, 6, 12, 4, 8, checking up on the pregnant goats, taking night shift, even when you're exhausted, you gotta look out for them and push through it. And I think that's the beauty of working on a farm that I have come to love.
Because whether it's feeding goats at dawn or caring for newborn lambs at dusk, every chore is a lesson, and every lesson brings them closer to the careers they dream of. For Real Virginia, I'm Elijah Griles.